we commence our reading from verse 1 as we trust God to speak to us from that passage of the Bible. Daniel chapter 6, we'll read from verse 1. It pleases Darius to set over the kingdom a 120 satrap who should be throughout the whole kingdom, and over the 3 presidents whom Daniel was warned that this satrap might give account to them, and that the king should not have no damage. Then this Daniel was distinguished above the presidents and the satrap, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Then the presidents and the satraps sought to find occasion against Daniel as touching the kingdom, but they could find no occasion nor fault, because he was faithful. Neither was there any error or fault found in him. Then this man said, "We shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God." Then this president and satrap assembled themselves together to the king and said thus to him, "King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom and deputies and all the satraps, the counselors, the governors, and they have consulted together to establish a royal status and to make a strong decree that whoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, except of you, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it not be changed according to the law of the Medes and Persian, which doesn't alter." Therefore King Darius signed the writings and the decree. When Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house. Now his window were open in his room towards Jerusalem, and he kneeled on his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God, as he did before. Then these men assembled together and found Daniel making petition and supplications before his God. They came near and spoke before the king concerning the king's decree. "Haven't you signed and decree that every man who shall make a petition to any god or man within 30 days, except to you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions?" The king answered, "The thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persian, which doesn't alter." Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, who is one of the children of the captivity of Judah, doesn't respect you, O king, nor the decree that you have signed, but makes petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard this word, was very displeased, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored until the going down of the sun to rescue him. Then this man assembled together to the king and said to the king, "Know, O king, that it is a law of the Medes and Persian, that no decree nor status which the king established may be changed." Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Then the king spoke and said to Daniel, "Your God, whom you serve, continually will deliver you." A stone was brought and laid on the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his Lord, that nothing might change concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep fled from him. Verse 19, where we will stop. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in a haste to the den of lions. Let's add verse 20. And when he came near to the den, to Daniel, he cried with a lamentable voice. The king spoke and said to Daniel, 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 servant of the living God, is your God whom you serve continually able to deliver you from the lions? Then Daniel said to the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angels and shut the lion's mouth, and they have not hurt me, because as before him innocence was found in me, and also before you, king, have I done no hurt. May the Lord bless the reading of his word in the name of Jesus Christ. This afternoon, I like to share with us a message I titled, He Defend the Cause of the Righteous. The message I titled, He Defend the Cause of the Righteous. The man that we are using as a case study today is the man Daniel, the servant of the living God. The Bible said once upon a time, a prophecy came through prophet Jeremiah that the children of Israel will be taken to the nation called Babylon, where they will be in captivity for a long duration. And Daniel happened to be one of the victims of the captivities that was prophesied aforehand by the prophet Jeremiah. And the Bible said that we are in Babylon for so many years, and because prophecy must have to be fulfilled. The Bible said even though that we are in captivity and it looks as if the Israelites were slaves in the land of Babylon, yet favor spoke for them, and the favor of God defies the law of nature, defied the universal law that said by no means shall anybody, either an ex-convict or a slave, be eligible to vote, neither should he be voted for. They never had a right to be a heir to the throne anywhere they are found, according to universal law. But because Daniel identified himself with God, he was a righteous God, righteous child, son of God. The Bible said God had to break protocol for the sake of Daniel. And the Bible said the King Darius, he deemed it fit to set up 120 satraps. By implication, he set up a 120 senators in the land of Babylon so that they can preside over the governmental order, the governmental law of Babylon, in order for the king not to suffer damage. And Daniel, as a slave, was privileged to be one of the senators elected in the days of King Darius. And the Bible said this Daniel was more preferred among the 120 satraps. And among the 120 satraps, there were other three that were set up. It looks like the Senate President, the Deputy Senate President, and the Secretary to the nation. And the Bible said amongst the three that were set up, amongst the three that were elected, in order for account to be given to by the Senate House, Daniel was appointed as the Senate President in the land of Babylon, in the government of Babylon. Even though he was not a Babylonian, he was a Jewish slave in the land of Babylon. The Bible said, because this man Daniel, he had an excellent spirit, and they could not find any occasion, neither was any fault found against him. And the 119 gathered together, and the Bible said they set him up, and they continually looked for a way to track him and indict him. But because Daniel was a faithful man, he never violated the law of God. He never compromised his faith. He was a just man that never compromised any assignment given to him. And as a matter of fact, Daniel was never a corrupt leader. He was never a corrupt senator in the land of Babylon. And the Bible said the 119, they conspired. They gathered together against him. And they said, let us set this man up. He seemed to be frustrating the purpose for which we want to use to defraud the nation. He seemed to be frustrating the purpose for which we want to siphon the resources of Babylon in order to enrich ourselves and to fulfill our human desire. The Bible said, and they sought perpetually occasion to indict Daniel, but they never had an occasion to indict him. Hallelujah. And the Bible said, after deliberation, and much follow-up to setting up, all their strategies failed until they said, we will not find any occasion to indict this man Daniel. The only thing we can use to track him down is to make sure we enact a law so that the legislative arm of government, which is the president, King Darius, should endorse this law so that nobody can change the law after the bill is signed. And the Bible said, as they conspired, they said, let us make a decree, let us make a law in Babylon so that no one goes to worship the God of the heavens and the earth. No one prays for any gods or deity in the land, that only the king shall petition be raised unto. And they told the king, please endorse this bill so that everyone will obey the law and the order that is the statute according to the law of the Medes and Persians. And the Bible said in the verse 4 and 5, the moment Daniel noticed that the King Darius has signed the law, has endorsed his signature in the law, immediately he went to his chamber, he went to his prayer room to do his usual normal worship of the God of the heavens and the earth. The Bible said he prayed as he did before, thrice a day. He prayed continually 3 times a day. And they were laying ambush in order to catch him, praying so that they could indict him. And on this very occasion, they waited as they laid ambush. Daniel opened the door and he faced Jerusalem to pray to his maker. Listen to me, child of God. Even though the system seems to be locked down, the worship of your God shouldn't be locked down. You should have a personal relationship with God where you raise petition to heaven, trusting God in his place of worship to change your situation, and so that your faithfulness will convince him to be committed to defending your cause as a righteous child of God. As they came, they met Daniel praying, facing Jerusalem and raising petition to heaven. And they said, oh, Daniel, we have caught you. We have sought every means. We have set trap. We have tried to entice you with money. It looks as if you cannot be indicted with money. We tried to entice you with women. Women could not indict you. We tried to entice you with all the flamboyant, beautiful things of the world. We could not indict you. But now we have caught you because of your obedience to the law of your God. Listen to me, child of God. If people must find an occasion to harass you or to indict you, and they have tried every means and every means have failed, and if peradventure they want to frustrate you because you are a child of God, because you serve God, you are a faithful servant of God, you don't have anything to fear. Once you are faithful to the God of the heavens and the earth, and you don't compromise your faith, You don't sell out your faith. You don't sell out your belief for anything. You don't sell out of your faith for any material things. You don't sell out your faith for the material things or the worries of life or the things of life. Listen to me, child of God. God will see your faithfulness. Even though men indict you or set you up, he will deliver you from the hands of the wicked. The Bible said when Daniel was caught, they dragged him to the King Darius. They said, "Oh, King, live forever. Haven't you made a decree and signed with your signet and said no one raise a petition to any gods except you for 30 days? And the king said, "Yes, I did." But they said, the Daniel, the Jewish Daniel, he has violated the law. And they reminded the king, they said, "Remember, this law was signed according to the law of Medes and Persia that cannot be changed." Listen to me, child of God. It is true, man may have enacted a law. It is true, man may have act of their wickedness, orchestrated one means or the other to frustrate the move of God, to frustrate this end-time revival. I like to announce to the world, even though the devil may have planned and it looks as if he's having upper hand in our present age, he will fail, and I prophesy that he has failed already in the name of Jesus. I don't know where you have been set up. I don't know where you have been indicted. I don't know where they have set and conspired. I don't know where they have ganged up and they have conspired and said, "Let us finish you," if because of your belief and your service of God. I like to say to you, it doesn't matter the numbers of persons that ganged up against you. What matters the most in your life is that you refuse to compromise your faith. The Bible said that the testimony of Daniel was that they never find an occasion, that we never find anything to indict him. The only thing that they will use to indict him is his righteous stand with God. When you stand righteously with God, it doesn't matter the forces that seem to stand against you. The Lord, the God of heavens, whom you stand before, will deliver you from the hands of the wicked. They say, "King, we met him violating the law. Now that he has violated the law, the condition is that he should be thrown into the den of lions." That was the condition. And the Bible said the king meditated from morning till the going down of the sun, looking for a way to deliver Daniel. When man cannot deliver you, the God of heaven will break protocol for yourself. He will go extra mile to deliver you from the devices of the wicked. He will go extra mile to deliver you from the devices and the wickedness of men. He will deliver you from the wickedness of Satan. If only you will have a righteous stand with him. Brothers and sisters and viewers all over the world, I like to say to you, if there's any other time that you must demonstrate your faithfulness of your service of God, it's not any other time but now. Stand out for him. When you stand out for him, he will stand to defend your cause. He will stand to defend your defenseless head. Don't bother whatever man can do to you. The Bible speaking in the book of Matthew, the Bible said anyone that looks for a way to save his life will lose it, but the one that makes up his mind to lose his life for the sake of the kingdom shall gain it back. That was the exact thing that happened in the case of Daniel. Daniel gained back his life. He never lost the life because he made up his mind to risk it for God. When you risk it for God, heaven will risk it for your sake to go extra mile to save you and deliver you from the hands of the wicked. Listen to me, child of God. When God is the only thing you fear on earth, what others fear will fear you. When God is the only thing you fear, and you say, "Come rain, come sun, come sword, come gun, come every weapon. Even though I am face to face with death, I will not bow, neither will I compromise. compromise or soil my relationship with God for the sake of any law of the Medes and Persians. Listen to me, child of God. Heaven will always back you up to defend you and to deliver you in the midst of every confrontation and challenges that you are faced with. The Bible said, immediately the king, the son went down, and the king could not indict him. He could not deliver him. And the 119 satraps, the 119 senators that we are celebrating, that we are setting up, at least we will remove him, or maybe perhaps we will end this life today. Let us see who will deliver him, who has the capacity to deliver him. Little did they know that the God of the heavens and the earth, the one that Daniel prayed to, the one that he raised his petition to, has the capacity to save and to deliver those who trust in him. And they said, he is finished. Daniel, you are finished. And Daniel was smiling in his heart, knowing the God that he served. And they dragged him to the den of lions. On dragging him to the den, the Bible said they were waiting to see the bone of Daniel crushed by the lions. As they dragged him, I imagine them celebrating. Oh, the man that spoiled our business, the man that spoiled show for us, and never allowed us to achieve our corrupt aim. Now he is finished. Now that he's out of the way, that we are going to end this life, I think we will have upper hand to defraud the nation. We will have upper hand to frustrate him. Little did they know that God have gone ahead of Daniel. Listen to me, leaders all over the nation and all over the world globally. You may have been living your life to defraud. And you may have been living your life and living also a fraudulent life, indicting the nation and mortgaging the nation because of the position they have given to you. I like to remind you, a day will come, you will no longer be on stage. It is your time. What legacy will you leave? And what impact will you make? So that the next generation that will come after you will remember you for the life that you have lived. Will you be remembered for good, or you will be remembered for evil? What will you be remembered for? The next generation, as they read your footprint, will your legacy be a positive legacy or a negative legacy? Listen to me, child of God. I like to challenge your heart. Make up your mind to live a positive life of impact and serve God. Make sure your priority should be that you are pleasing your Maker, the God of the heavens and the earth. We have seen great men, billionaires and all manner, that never have fear for God, that never respect God. They thought that their money could save them. They thought what they have kept and what they have saved in their account could save them. At the end of the day, they died and left it. And it is the innocent people that will waste the resources they have stored in their absence. Labor not for the meat that perisheth. Only labor the one that lasted and endured unto everlasting. Child of God, I like to challenge you and also use the life of Daniel to become a challenge to your life so that you can make amends in your life in order for you to have a righteous stand with God, for him to fight for your cause. I like to say, what we haven't remember you for in the days of your adversity and fight for your cause. It is your right just stand with him that will make him to remember you and leave his throne to fight for your cause. A man on course for God, a man having a righteous stand with God cannot die cheaply. A man having a righteous stand with God cannot be stopped or cannot be frustrated, rather, because he's having a right stand with God. They celebrated that Daniel's life was going to end on this very occasion. As they were celebrating and jubilating, carrying him in a hurry to throw him into the den of lions, they opened the den and they threw him in the den, and they said, they made mockery of him. They said, you are finished. Let us see who will deliver you from the den. Let us see who will save you from the den. This law of the Medes and Persian cannot be changed. And at the end of the day, the Bible said, the Lord, the den with stone, and it was signed by a signet of the Medes and Persian that cannot be changed. And at the end of the day, the God of the heavens and the earth, the one that overrules where he is not permitted to rule, the one that breaks protocol on behalf of his righteous ones, the one that defends the cause of his righteous, the one that defends the defenseless heads of his children, appeared in the den of the lion, and he shut the mouths of the lion. And he said, you dare not touch this one, because he is a child of a lion. And listen to me, a lion never devour a lion. When Daniel arrived at the den, the Bible said all the lions were set on compulsory fasting. The Bible said when the king appeared the next morning, he shouted from afar. He said, oh, Daniel, servant of the living God, servant of the Most High, is your God whom you continually serve and worship, able to deliver you from the jaw of the lion. And before he ended his call, Daniel said, oh, King Darius, live forever. My God, whom I serve continually, has delivered me from the jaw of the lion. Glory be to God. It doesn't matter. The lions from the pit of hell sent on assignment to devour your life. The Lord, the God of heaven whom you serve, will deliver you from them. When the angel appeared in the den, the Bible said the angel shut the mouth of the lions. And Daniel said the angel of the Lord appeared and shut the mouth of the lion, and they never did any hurt to me. Listen to me, child of God. When you are having a righteous stand, a righteous relationship with God, you are unkillable, you are indestructible, you are unstoppable. It doesn't matter the conspiracy from the pit of hell against your life. Are you looking for security? Are you tired of life, or are you pushed to the wall, or are there forces that seem to be more powerful than you, that seem to be after your life, and you don't know what else to do, where else to go in search of salvation? Run to God! Because Proverbs 18 verse 10 said, he is the strong tower that the righteous runneth unto it, and they are saved. The Bible have it in the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7. The Bible said, the Lord is good, and is a refuge in times of trouble. Trouble actually came for Daniel. He was set up. It looks as if his enemies have succeeded. But little did they know that they were going to be exchanged for his life. He said the Lord is good and is a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. He cares for those who trust in him. The verse 8 said, but with an overwhelming flood, he will pursue his foes into darkness. With an overwhelming flood, he will chase those that are enemies of the kingdom, enemies of God, into darkness. Listen to me, child of God. If you must be defended by God, then you must have a righteous stand with him. By having a firm relationship with him, denouncing all your evil ways, and giving your life to Jesus, submitting the totality of your life to him, in order for him to defend your defenseless head and to fight for your cause, because he fights for the cause of the righteous. If he defended Daniel and you are having a right stand with him, he will deliver you. The Bible said, as Daniel answered the king, I could imagine the scenario that surround the deliverance of Daniel in that den of lions. When the angel came, the angel said to the lions, oh, this is one man that you are about to share his meat to eat. I want to give you an option. Imagine that you fast today and you sacrifice this man, shutting your mouth, not killing him, not sharing his meat to eat that will not satisfy your hunger, and you fast for just 24 hours, looking away from this great man, a fellow lions like you.